All right. Uh, let's get started with this. We were talking about McDonald's before, and what was you?
I saw online where somebody said, like, we're gonna be shocked when they it finally is released that McDonald's is selling, that there are some portions of human meat in their food. Oh, this is for entertainment purposes only,
Oh yeah, I
so
don't
we don't
give a
get
shit.
sued.
Yeah,
Yeah.
allegedly, right?
Allegedly. What about that woman? That woman who's got a hamburger from 1982 and the bun has not gotten old and
No.
mildewed and the burger is still perfect.
What
It has,
year?
like, 1982. She still got it in the original packaging.
Why?
I don't know. I mean, old people keep weird stuff, but I mean, my problem is if that burger ain't getting funky from, she's got it wrapped up in a shoebox in her closet. Yeah. She's even got the receipt with the date on it. And nothing has molded, nothing has gone rancid, it doesn't stink. So how the hell is your body breaking that down? That'd be like eating concrete. Like, here, have some asphalt.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Well, my sister-in-law won't. She doesn't like to eat Dairy Queen because the kids they got them Dairy Queen
Yeah,
and they forgot that they had that that they left it out, didn't put it in the freezer,
yeah.
and it just stood up. It because you know how they do that whole turn it upside
They
down.
don't do that anymore.
Yes, they do.
They're, now, if they don't do it, there's your blizzard is supposed to be free. But a lot of times they don't do it. They just throw it out to you because they mix their thing too runny.
The fast food life, man.
Look,
Well,
America,
when you
American
worked,
fast food life.
Yeah, you worked fast food.
Yeah, I worked at Taco Bell, and this guy called me a faggot and threw a chalupa at me. And I worked at a Taco Bell KFC like combination here in Paoli, and before I could say a word, Mike had jumped the counter, and this guy is running out, and they drug him back from Walmart into the restaurant, kicking and screaming, and made him apologize that they were going to beat him to death. I didn't even get a chance to say a word. They just jumped the counter and took off. But have you
but
seen?
You worked at Wendy's too, though.
I did work at Wendy's. That was not a good. That was not a good thing.
Gig.
No, I didn't enjoy that at all. But I'm not the type of person that can. The people that can work fast food and make it a career or a job that they can go to for more than a week, I take my hat off to those people because I could not deal with the customers. No, when you pull up, they pull up to the window and they're like, "It's not rocket science. It's just McDonald's." Why is my cheeseburger wrong? Well, bitch, you had 14 fucking orders, and you're sucking them down with a Diet Coke like that's gonna help your ass.
Yeah.
And I'm a fat guy. I know that struggle.
That's
It's ridiculous. Did you see where they released that article where they had like European fast food chains?
mm-hmm.
Like they're the same fast food chains, but in Europe their chicken sandwich had like 5 ingredients, and in America they had like 24. Because they add all this stuff to our food to make us. It's ridiculous.
Well, hey, Kennedy's going to take care of that.
Yes, he is. And hopefully Trump, if you're out there, please listen. I have a problem with Bill Gates.
Yeah.
I have a problem with him. I don't trust him. He's not a doctor, no matter how many doctorates they want to give him, or excuse me, that he paid for.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's a Harvard doctor. No, you built a library at Harvard, so they gave you this doctorate. You know, but he's into this fake meat where they grow this meat in these tanks from cancer cells and they want us to eat it. They're saying that global warming is from cow farts. How stupid do they think we are? I mean, how dumb do you think the American public is that they think that cow farts are the reason for global warming. Are we that dumb that people believe that? You know what? There is somebody out there thinking to the cattle farmer down the road, he's the reason we're all dying.
Yeah.
There's somebody that dumb.
Yeah.
I don't know how they exist, but
we've made those guys. Well, we haven't, but they.
Yes, they
have made them the enemy.
The lefties.
I don't know.
I really liked that show we watched last night, The Lefties Losing It.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, those guys. But, I mean, it's just, and it's not even that. It's just, I don't even, lefty government. Because the people, I don't think they just, I got to give them the benefit of the doubt that they don't understand what the hell is going on. And
they trust their government to tell them the truth. And we could do that years ago, but we can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
We have to be critical thinking people that question everything.
Yep.
You know, because if you're not, you're just being you're being sold a turd and told that it's Hershey chocolate.
At least ask the question. That's
right?
all I'm saying. It's instead of just letting it, assuming that it's like they think that they're, well, I mean, you know what? It's okay. We can go to this subject. It's like our parents. They were wrong on some things.
Oh yeah.
And at the time, I don't want to say they were right at the time, but
they didn't know they were wrong.
Yeah.
They were doing.
So there's a lot of things. There's just a lot of things like that we look at, and that's why I'm thinking like with our government, sometimes is we.
Yeah, but the government, when they are wrong, they need to admit they were wrong and say, "Look, y'all, we fucked up."
Well, parents won't do it either.
Well, my mom will. If my mom's wrong, she'll be like, "Yep, my bad."
Mine was that way, but that's still. But no, back to the whole thing with McDonald's though that cracks me up is, when we was kids, it was bright colors.
Yes. Now they look like prisons.
Everything looks like prisons. Walmart looks like prisons.
Yes. Why? Walmart used to be bright blue and yellow and orange and now
and smiley faces.
Yes. Where did the smiley faces go?
Where do stickers go?
They've taken them all. They don't want you to smile anymore.
No.
And I'm sorry, but Walmart, if you're listening, I'd like my check. Because we went today and I had to scan my own items. And if I miss one, you throw me in jail.
Yeah.
They send the police after you if you accidentally don't scan something. And when did that become a thing? We're going to fire our employees and make our customers do the job for themselves.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Well, I still am waiting.
And it's Christmas time.
I'm still waiting for the whole... I thought they were supposed to change to where you took your cart across there.
Oh, now they've got these new carts that as you place items in the basket, it scans them, calculates it up, and you swipe your credit card right there on the handle of the cart, and it prints out a receipt, and you can just go out to your car. But you can't take the cart outside the store until you pay for it, because the wheels will lock up. Yeah. Yeah. Now I want
to see somebody trying to push one of them.
You will. Right here in Paoli, you'll see some meth head trying to drag that bitch out the store. I paid for it. I pray I did.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Here's a receipt from last week.
Well, we have a mutual friend. I'm not going to say his name, but he used to take. You know why he went to jail? Walmart. They got him for a criminal enterprise because he would go out, he would go buy a big screen TV and then pay for it and leave the store and then drop the receipt on the ground, and his buddy would be walking by at the same time, pick up the receipt, go in, grab the same item, and walk out the door with it. So they got 2 TVs for the price of one, then they would take the one back and get their money back. So they got a TV for free, and then they would sell that. And he did that until it racked up like, I don't know how much, but they got him. They got him bad. Yeah, he got in trouble. I mean, you can't do that. I
He
know
would
this.
drop the receipt.
Yes, drop the receipt. It was a drop and pickup. You never seen that? The drop and pickup? Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's the reason I carry my receipt. I don't let them throw my receipt away. I keep it and put it in my pocket, and then when I get home I throw it away.
Yeah, because they. Yeah, that's.
I don't want to
how I
be
feel.
I don't want to accidentally drop my receipt and then somebody pick it up and then them say that I was involved in something I wasn't involved in.
I didn't even know that existed. It's crazy.
Oh God, yeah.
Why would you even drop it? Like I don't. I mean.
Why would you? Because
Why couldn't
they
you?
they didn't want the cameras outside to see them handing off the receipt.
Why would they wouldn't have to?
But if they went back and they looked at the cameras,
Yeah, what I'm saying is if
they just got in the car and handed the receipt to somebody, nobody would see it. I don't know. I don't know why they do the drop thing, but I mean, it's a thing.
I remember in school they had that guy come and talk about all the people stealing stuff. And he was talking about this woman that she had the record or something of how many pork chops she could fit between her legs.
Oh my God! When I lived
in T-bone steak, she'd stick them between her thighs
yes.
and walk out of there with them underneath her. Can you imagine?
Oh, I can't imagine. I could look. I'm sorry, but I am not the person that would steal something from a store.
Yeah.
I could not do that. I just can't do it. I'm not built that way.
Not purposely.
Not purposely. And I understand, that father who's going in there and stealing, so much to feed his family. There was a judge here in Indiana who
allegedly
there was a judge here in Indiana, and it might have been from right here in Orange County, allegedly, but a guy was brought before him for stealing from a farmer.
Mm-hmm.
And he had stole some meat and he had stole some corn and some tomatoes.
How did he steal the meat?
I don't know. I guess it was in the meat house.
I was like, what's he do? Go grab the goat or something?
I'm taking this goat. No, but and the judge said, and the judge said, why did you steal this? And he said, I was trying to feed my family. And he said, well, how many are in your family? And he said 5. And so the judge is adding everything up, and he said, but there's only 4 meals here. And he said, I wasn't planning on eating that night. And the judge asked the farmer how much everything totaled that the man had stole, and the judge wrote him a check for it and dismissed it.
Really?
Yeah. Because he said, you weren't even trying to feed yourself. You were trying to feed your wife and 4 kids, and I agree with things like that. I have a friend whose daughter got out of the house.
But man, there's just so many. Here's the thing. Yes, yes and no, but there's so many programs. I get
there are so many programs. Thaddeus, have you gone to the food pantry?
Yeah, I have.
Okay, as a single person, you go to the food pantry. You might get enough to feed yourself for a day, and you can't come back for a month.
A month?
Yeah, most food pantries you can go once a month. So you go, and they give you your little 1 day's worth of food, and you can't come back for a month. So if you need help the next week, you're just shit out of luck.
Yeah.
That's the reason I wish, if I had...
I wish they would just pass that law that said you could sign a paper, a waiver form that said, who was giving it to you was not responsible for your health. And what I mean by that is we could feed these people through what's left over
Do you know how much food we throw away? How much produce is thrown away because it's not absolutely perfect because Walmart won't sell it if it's got a blemish.
I've got a friend that runs a deal like that, food pantry type of deal, and he was telling me that for a long time he had so much food, and the grocery store was throwing it away. Because it was close to the date. It wasn't
even on the date.
Yeah. And I forget how long past that's supposed to be or something like that it lasts. But, I don't know, man. It just
We
what, but
throw
I was
so
saying
much
so
food
many.
away, man, in this country. I mean, it's ridiculous. I don't care if my apple has a spot on it. I'd like to eat that apple.
Yeah, and cut
I'd
it
rather
off.
not eat something that's been coated in wax so that it looks pretty and stays on the shelf for 5 days longer.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. We're killing ourselves.
Well, bananas, the bananas you get, in the store, that's not normal.
No.
They're like real bananas are like
No, you're thinking of plantains.
no,
Yes.
no. But
Yes,
I watched.
plantains are little bananas. You fry them.
I saw this on the internet.
Well, that makes it true. Well, real corn is like this big. These huge ears of corn that we get is because it's a genetically modified food.
Well, Josh, he was eating somewhere. They would, worked on one of these. I'm not going to say but college farms type of deal.
Oh yeah.
And he told me, he said, yeah, those stalks are like 16 foot in the air. I was like, no, they are not. And he took me there, and they was. And there's a sign out there that says not for
human consumption.
Yeah, and they were feeding these guys this.
Well, that's what they feed our prisoners.
Yeah.
And look, I know people are going to say, "Oh, they're in prison. They don't deserve nothing." But when you get a truckload of food that is not even good enough to feed the zoo animals, and people are supposed to be consuming this, that's ridiculous. Yeah. In this country, we did a huge disservice when we privatized the prisons. We did it so that these companies could make billions of dollars. Our judicial system is a multi-billion-dollar industry.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with stopping the local fentanyl dealer, which, shoot your local fentanyl dealer.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. I'm not supporting that. But rock on. All these people get addicted to drugs, and then they go to prison, and they get in the prison systems, and all this does is, let's say I'm smoking crack. We'll just use crack for an example. Okay, I get pulled over, they find crack on me, they take me to jail. Okay, I go before the judge, he sentences me to probation. I have to pay fees on that probation. I have to pay fees for that judge's time. I have to pay all these fees. And once you get in that system, it's very difficult to get out of that system because that creates an income for the county.
Yeah.
Judges, a lot, I'm not saying all judges because there are some really good ones out there. But a lot of judges and a lot of prosecutors are about making that money for the county and teaching a lesson.
Yeah.
And not teaching, look, this person is damaged. Why are they using this crack? Why are they doing this? Let's get to the root of the problem and fix the person and not have somebody that's been in and out of prison 16 times in their life.
Yeah.
Or just, I have a friend, very good friend. I love him with all my heart. Was sentenced to 7 years in prison because he took the rap for someone else's shit. Okay, him and his dad were in a truck, got pulled over. His dad was sick with cancer. His dad had some drugs on him. The son took the charge because he didn't want his dad to go to prison.
And that happens a lot.
It happens a lot. He spent 7 years in prison, was getting ready to get out. They slapped him with the new charge. Now he's looking at 30 years.
And he's in there?
Yes. He's looking at 30 years. Okay? Because he had drugs in prison. You tell me, how the hell is he getting those drugs in prison? Your guards are supplying that. There is a breakdown. Your privatized prison system doesn't work because they are supposed to be in an environment that is to reform them, not an environment where they can get better hookups than they do on the street.
Yeah.
And I'm angry because his whole life has been thrown away.
And I've heard that from people that's gotten out. They said that the best drugs they ever had was in prison.
I have a friend that's in prison right now, and I talked to him today on the phone, and he said, Bobby, I've been clean my whole bit. And I said, I'm proud of you. And he said, man, you don't understand. It's harder to stay clean in the joint than it is on the street.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. I'm angry that my friend is now looking at 30 years, but that prison guard who brought that in ain't looking at nothing. They get to go home to their family every day. While we're living without, Tyler in our lives, they get to go home. It's not fair. It's not right. Is that going to leak on my head? So I'm disgusted by a lot of things that go on in this country these days. I just am, because, and everybody's like, Trump says he's going to make America great again. I believe he will.
Yeah.
I believe, you know what? At least someone is saying they want to make America great again.
But not one guy's going to be able to do that. So.
No, but if he's able to get the people in the positions that they need, the right people in the positions they need to be in. Like everybody's saying, like, they don't want Elon Musk. They don't think Elon Musk should be, a part of anything. You're telling me that a man who has created 3 industries and made $1 billion or more, that pays more taxes than any person on the planet, that is not someone you want to help you streamline your government. It's because they don't want a small government. Yeah. Who was it? Was it Reagan that said we don't have inflation because the people are living too well? We have inflation because the government is living too well?
Possibly.
I believe that was Reagan. I loved him. When he said, what did he say in that after he got shot? That the balloon popped, and he's like, "You missed."
Yeah. Yeah, he was something else.
What do you think about Ellen DeGeneres moving to Europe?
Allegedly.
She's moved to Europe and dyed her hair brown. Or maybe she stopped coloring it blonde, but either way, she's got a new hairdo, and she's moved to the UK because of Trump, allegedly. So here's my alleged thinking of it.
Hey, that makes me think. Have you seen these the whole bald women thing where they're shaving their heads? And then saying they're not going to have sex until
till their hair grows back?
No, 2028 or something like that.
Them bitches are going to kill somebody. They're going to look like Britney Spears that night she had that mental breakdown and she was coming at that guy with that umbrella.
I think they're... What?
She looked like a pissed off pit bull. Did you see that girl?
I saw her with her hair shaved, but I didn't...
She had her hair shaved and she was all angry and like like freaked out. Yeah, she was like going to hit somebody with an umbrella or something, allegedly. And her nostrils are all flared. She looked like an angry pit bull.
God.
Look, I think some women look good bald.
Or shaved
shaved heads.
Yeah.
Like Jada Pinkett Smith, I do not like that woman. I don't support her. I think you're a horrible mother and a horrible person. You knew what Diddy was doing to your children. You're bad. But allegedly. But I think she looks good with her short hair because she's got that alopecia. Mm-hmm. I think she looks very good with her short hair.
Yeah.
A lot of women look very beautiful, but I don't like a lot of short hair on women.
Depends on who
it depends on the woman. It depends on the hairstyle.
There's some girls that just looks real classy, man.
Yes, like I like that older women with silver hair, where it comes down, it frames their face, and it's like a bob. I think that's classy as hell. That's
I'm talking
beautiful.
even cut down even shorter than that. Some of these women, if they
they do it right,
and they got the big hoop earrings.
Oh yes,
but silver foxes.
Silver foxes. In the gay world, that's a whole nother world. That silver fox, that's a whole nother meaning. I mean, it's kind of the same meaning, but, it's like a hot daddy.
Really?
It's like a hot grandpa.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't find grandpas hot. No.
Well,
no.
The sad thing is you're old enough, you could be one.
I could be somebody's grandpa. I am, aren't I? Holy crap.
It's all falling apart, man.
It is. It is. It takes a while to get up from the couch now because you got to grab your back.
Yeah, but
I don't. I don't like. Let's talk about the P. Diddy thing.
We will.
Have you seen Have you seen
I'm
the
gonna
thing
cut
where they
this.
think Michael Jackson is living in his tunnel?
No.
Yes. Yes, they believe Michael Jackson's coffin was empty and that he is somehow hooked up with P. Diddy and he was living in the tunnel underneath P. Diddy's house. They've not told us what they found in the tunnel. Did they find you, Michael?
Oh.
Were you really there? I mean, I would love for Michael to be back.
I love his music.
Oh my God, I do too. And the man was so hounded and persecuted for things that I don't believe he did.
I don't.
Because I don't believe that. I think it was all set up. People wanted money. People wanted him out. People were trying to destroy him, and that is the only tool they had to do it.
Well, you know, his ex-wife, Elvis's daughter, Lisa
Marie Presley.
You know, I mean, she said he was weird, but she didn't believe it.
No, and growing up like with a childhood like Michael Jackson had, of course you're going to be a little eccentric.
Yeah.
You know, a little off your rocker a bit.
He didn't get to be a child.
No, and you know, could you imagine not having a childhood, working from the time you were old enough to hold a microphone?
Didn't Macaulay Culkin? I mean, he vouched for him for
yes,
a long
and
time.
he still vouches for him to this day. Still vouches for him to this day. And if it is true that this was happening, then what about all the parents who took their kids and dropped them off at Neverland Ranch? Those parents should be facing charges.
Yeah.
I don't believe it happened. I don't believe it happened. Did I think that he said some things he shouldn't have said? Yes. Did I think he was socially awkward? Yes. Do I think that he was out there diddling kids? No, I don't believe it for a moment. I don't believe it.
He was just a weird guy. But,
yes, but talent. Oh yeah. My God, the talent.
Him and Prince. Prince was a weird guy too. Have you seen that Charlie Murphy deal where
Charlie Murphy,
yeah, talks about playing basketball against him?
No.
Yes, Charlie Murphy played basketball against Prince.
Who won?
Prince, of course. Prince shows up in a
onesie,
in an outfit kind of thing like he wore, you know, like what is it? Interview with the Vampire type of looking thing, you know. And then wants to
taking Charlie Murphy to school.
He does.
With his high heels on, because Prince always wore a wedged heel.
Yeah, and he played against him with his friends or whatever at his house or wherever it was. And Charlie Murphy said afterwards, he was like, "Do you want to eat some pancakes?" He made pancakes for him or something. And it was so funny because they interviewed Prince. You can look this up on YouTube where Prince says, he goes, "Yeah, I mean, we played basketball against each other. I mean, it wasn't as messed up as he said it was or anything like that."
Right.
Of course, he lost. He said, like, you know, like,
that may be why he exaggerated the story a little bit.
I don't know, but yeah, it's all them guys, man.
Yeah.
It's a whole being in music or being in the fame, and not being able to have relationships with people.
It makes
normal relationships.
Yes, it distorts your reality,
and then you start looking into freaky weird shit to make up for it. I guess I don't know. That's what.
Well, I'm not in the music business, but
no, but I'm saying like it just gets it. They're trying to something different, like
yeah,
like Justin Bieber. What was it with the monkey situation? He ended up having buying a monkey and then turned around and left it in France or something.
Justin, you bought a monkey.
Yes.
Look, and I want to say that
to me, Justin is the Michael Jackson
of his time.
I
agree. I agree. And you know, I will say that a lot of people say they don't like Justin's music. I do very much. I like
do.
his music.
Oh, I do.
And
I think he's very talented.
Yes, extremely talented. And I think the things that boy has gone through, and we don't know what he has gone through because he's never said, but the things that I can imagine he has gone through with the Ellen DeGeneres and the P. Diddy and all these people, you know, that took advantage of him, but yet he has still come out. He has fought his demons. He's gotten closer to the Lord.
Yeah.
He's had his baby. He married a beautiful woman, and he's living a good life for himself.
Here,
I think that shows his character.
Yeah. Let's start another one here.